What do Simone Biles, Howie Mandel, and Richard Branson all have in common? They have ADHD. And not only have they built legendary careers, but they did it by embracing how their brain actually works, not trying to fix it. So if you're the kind of person who hyper-focuses for hours, crushes an entire project in just one sitting, then disappears from your inbox for 2 weeks and shame spirals like I do, you're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. Over the last 3 years, I've built a multi-six-figure online business, not by masking my ADHD, but by turning it into my biggest advantage. And in this video, I'm breaking down ADHD traits that are actually superpowers and how to use each and every one of them to thrive in your own online business. Even if you're easily distracted, you struggle with authority, you're allergic to structure, or you're just done with pretending that your brain works like everybody else's. Let's get into it. First up is the power of hyperfocus. When your brain latches onto something that matters, it's game over in the best way. While most people inch forward one task at a time, we get tunnel vision so deep we can actually build an entire course, an entire funnel, or an entire offer in one single afternoon. The trick is to stop fighting this and lean into hyperfocus when it strikes. And on the other side, when the energy inevitably fades, let it. Success doesn't have to mean consistency. For ADHD brains, it's about momentum management, riding the wave, then recovering safely without guilt. And that flow state that we fall into so often is usually where some of our best ideas are born, which brings me to the next one. Hyperfocus helps us get things done fast, but it's our non-linear creative thinking that makes what we build stand out. Because while others are following a blueprint, our brain is busy redrawing it. We see patterns others miss, connect dots most even wouldn't pair together. While someone else is asking, what's the normal way to do this? We're asking, what if I invented a better way? The ADHD brain is not meant to follow a manual. We build shortcuts. We reimagine the process. We find solutions that no one else sees, usually on accident. And it's why so many ADHD creators become trendsetters before the trend even starts. But even the most brilliant ideas can't be forced. That's why the ADHD brain doesn't run on logic alone, it runs on purpose. Let's be honest, if something bores you, you physically can't make yourself care about it. And while most people see that as a flaw or a symptom of a disorder, I see it as a filter. The ADHD brain runs on meaning, and when something matters to us, we show up like no one else can. And that's why so many ADHD entrepreneurs build purpose-driven businesses. We're not here for shallow goals or empty hustling. We're here to build something that lights us up and potentially changes other lives in the process. And that purpose becomes our fuel. But what really makes us magnetic is how deeply we feel all of it. That fire we feel when we care about something, it doesn't just stop at the work itself. We don't just think deeply, we feel deeply. And that emotional intensity is one of our most underrated business tools that you might have until this moment felt that was something actually holding you back. We feel big. Criticism cuts deeper. Client wins feel like our own. Every story, every connection, we take it in fully because we are natural, deep empaths. And yes, sometimes that emotional intensity can be hard, but it also makes us exceptional at building trust, building community, and building brands that matter. People can feel our heart in everything we do. And in a world obsessed with perfection, that kind of realness is magnetic. It's also what gives us the courage to do things others wouldn't even try. Because when you care that much, you're willing to take bigger leaps. Even if it means failing ridiculously in public. Even if it means starting from scratch. For us, risk isn't scary, it's just part of the path. Our brains are neurologically wired for risk taking. While others hesitate, we leap, often with zero guarantee and like 100 tabs open. And in the online business space, that's not considered recklessness. That's just entrepreneurship. That's just adaptability. We're not afraid to test, to try, to pivot, to launch that weird idea just because it feels right. And that level of bravery, it's what helps us evolve faster than most, to pivot when something flops, to reimagine when the plan breaks. For ADHD entrepreneurs, change isn't chaos, it kind of feels like home, especially online where every single day is potentially volatile. This is a huge superpower to lean into because algorithms change, offers flop, platforms die, And while neurotypical online entrepreneurs might take weeks or even months to come out on top of these things, our ADHD brains don't crumble. We just pivot. ADHD brains are constantly adjusting, reimagining, remixing. We're not married to how it's always been done. And to be honest, in the corporate marketing world, this got me into a lot of trouble for over 10 years because it always seemed like I was trying to break the status quo, when in reality, I was just trying to find a simpler way around a big obstacle. This superpower helps us move faster, fail smarter, and succeed sooner because we don't wait for permission because we're adapting in real time. So something that would get me a slap on the wrist back in the 9-to-5 world is the exact thing that catapults me towards success every single day online. And part of that adaptability comes from our ability to juggle way more than anyone thinks we should be able to. It's also why switching gears comes naturally to us. While others need a real dedicated roadmap, we're jumping between tasks like pros on the daily, not because we're scattered like most people think, but because our brains are built for multi-dimensional momentum. Something that I learned way too late in life is being distracted isn't always bad. Although my teachers and your teachers probably back in elementary and middle school would like to convince us otherwise. If you've ever jumped from editing a video to fixing your website to writing 3 emails all under 30 minutes, this is a normal day in the life for us, and that doesn't make you scatterbrained. It just proves that you are truly a unicorn who can thrive with multidimensional thinking. And in the fast-moving world of content creation, freelancing, and digital entrepreneurship, this is not only a superpower, but kind of a requirement. But the key is to not judge your brain for jumping around from thing to thing, but instead learning how to guide it from thing to thing. And even when we are hopping between projects, we never seem to lose sight of the big picture. If anything, we actually see it clearer because ADHD brains are wired to zoom out, to synthesize, to spot what's missing before anyone else can. We might forget where we put our keys every single day, but give us a big dream to chase and we'll build the entire freaking ecosystem in our minds before breakfast. The ADHD is absolutely amazing at zooming out and seeing everything, how it fits, what's missing, and how to turn chaos into clarity. That's why we're often great brand builders, marketers, and strategic thinkers, even if you hate spreadsheets, which is ironic because I actually have the ADHD brain that thrives on spreadsheets. So let me know in the comments, are you guys pro spreadsheets or not? I'm interested to see what types of different brains I have on this channel. But with all of that natural ability to view anything zoomed out, also comes something else, another superpower, an uncanny ability to predict what's coming next. We recognize patterns, we feel shifts, and we adjust course before most people even realizing that a change is even happening because we get bored fast, which means we also stay ahead intentionally. You might notice that you're always spotting trends earlier than everybody else, seeing problems before others, or changing things just before they seem to stop working. And while your old supervisor might have seen that as flakiness or an inability to stay the course, I've gotten that so many times, that's actually called future spotting. And when harnessed appropriately, it could be the exact thing that you need to build a brand that makes people literally throw their credit cards at you every step of the way. Because in the online business world, this is a gift. So if you guys have ever felt ashamed of how your brain works, or if you've ever told yourself, I need to be more disciplined, or why can't I just focus? I hope this video reminded you that you're not broken, your brain just plays by different rules. And when you learn to stop resisting it and start building around it instead, your online business starts to attract the right people. Your energy starts to align with the right frequencies, and your services, products, and offers provide real-life transformations to your community. So now that we know that you are a complete badass and you're feeling way more empowered than ever to channel your inner strengths, you're going to want to check out this video next, where I'm actually going to teach you the 12 lessons that I wish someone would have taught me while I was building my $900,000 online business from the ground up with ADHD. I'll see you over there.